What's going on, guys? I know that normally when most men, especially younger guys, anywhere between the ages of, I don't know, 25, 35, kind of in that demographic, which is where I am, it's where most of you guys are. When we're talking about style and especially about clothing, we come at it from this angle of how do I get the most bang for my buck? How can I stretch every dollar, still get good quality, still get good fit, still get something that looks great, but how do I take this from a more frugal perspective? This week's post on the site takes a little bit different of an approach. It's actually one that I've been in the works with Accurate Financial Services on for a while. They've got this cool program for recent college grads that's called Look the Part. And basically the premise is that qualified buyers can save up to $500, and they kind of go through the whole process of how you can do that. And they approached me about advice on how I'd recommend those qualified buyers spend that $500. My idea with this and the whole approach that I took is kind of combining these elements of luxury style with a luxury vehicle like an Acura, and I think that there needs to be some consistency there. And so what I went through, what I did is I went through and I listed up a bunch of different items. It's actually 2 items per archetype, so I've got 2 rugged, 2 refined, 2 rakish, that are individual items that cost about $500. And I know for a lot of you guys, this idea of spending $500 on a single item, whether that's a pair of shoes or a hat or a leather jacket or anything, is just kind of, you know, why would I spend that when I can get an entire outfit for $500? You go to another store that may be a little bit cheaper, a little bit more aggressively priced, and you can spend that same amount of money and get something. But as we've talked about on the site, and for those of you who are relatively new to my philosophy on style, will come to learn is I'm definitely of the opinion that with key pieces, especially timeless pieces and things that are extremely versatile and are workable within a bunch of different outfits, it's worth investing some money so that you're getting a quality item. Because when it comes to clothing, yeah, there's certain things, kind of the luxury, the couture brands, that a lot of what you're paying for is just the brand itself. But with a lot of other stuff, it's not like the world of potato chips is always the example that comes to my mind. I don't know how true this is, but I've always been told the idea that like Cheetos and off-brand, they're chips that are made in the exact same facility, and the only difference is where they're sorted and bagged, and then you end up paying double the price just because you've got the Cheeto brand name versus kind of the off-market bulk brand name, even though the quality of the chip itself is exactly the same. And that's not the case for clothes. When you invest in something that is a little bit more spendy, you actually are getting a higher quality item for the most part. And there's definitely ways to be aware of that, paying attention to the country of origin, the country of manufacture, all the things that the brand chooses to disclose in terms of the quality of the leather or the wool or whatever else, the amount of time that goes into creating this product. There's all these different factors that are worth paying attention to, because when you invest in quality items, you end up actually spending less per wear. The dollar per wear ends up being significantly less because they last you forever. And not only do they last you forever as far as durability, but they last significantly longer because of the way that they look, the timelessness and their versatility, and how well they wear with all those other items. So I would love to hear what you would spend $500 on if you could only spend it on a single item. And if you want to see my links and my list, go ahead and check out the link below in the video down here to see what I suggested based on those 3 archetypes. But I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'd love to see what you'd spend a full $500 on if it were just one.